My parents took me to Dr. Fritz, a prosthetist. He went on about devices, what great, great devices they had these days, and wouldn't I be so much happier and more complete if I owned one or more of these devices? He faced me, and his words hit me in the face, but his eyes were always stuck on my parents. He talked in a fakely gentle way about his devices, rubbing his hands along them like he was selling reams of the finest silk, only it was arm buddies or the motorized claw. He did these demonstrations where he'd first try to pick up a glass of water, pretending I guess he was a typical spastic kid without the aid of a device, and of course, knocking it onto the floor. Then he'd strap on an arm buddy and lift and drink the whole glass down, not spilling a drop. And I'd be sitting there grinding my teeth in silence. One of my other doctors told my parents that teeth grinding was a sign of vitamin deficiency. They gave me magnesium powder, though it didn't work. That should have been their first clue. In the end, my parents broke down and ordered a pair of arm buddies plus a motorized claw petite, which is the smaller model. It was maybe 2 months before they were ready because they had to be custom molded. The day the call came, my parents were so nervous it made me nervous. Dr. Fritz strapped on the left arm buddy, then the right one. He attached the motorized claw petite to the extension port on the arm buddy on my right arm, which he decided was my dominant arm. Then he wheeled me in front of the mirror and waved my parents over. I looked at myself in the mirror. My parents. They looked like raisins or dried up and defeated. Which is basically how I felt. Dr. Fritz asked me to go ahead and try picking up a stuffed rabbit, which I could keep, and as I closed the claw around its head, I remember thinking, I am the claw game. I actually cried that day. There was a bit of moisture. I didn't think I could ever really cry. After a month or two, I gave up on my devices. Because I can grip things fine myself. I've improved. Just squeezing thick things is difficult. I can hold a pen or a pencil fine. I don't think I'll ever make orange juice. My devices helped a little with certain things. They weren't worth it. It's not worth feeling like you take batteries, even if life is 10% easier. Because I'd rather it was tough. I'd rather it was just so horribly tough, and I was just a little less pathetic. I guess it's my dream. JC. My dad watches the news and reads the newspaper at the same time. If something on TV really interests him, he lowers his newspaper for a minute, then goes back to reading. One night, my dad lowered his newspaper, then he folded it up and set it on his lap. This made me curious, so I set down David Copperfield. There was a wheelchair girl on TV wearing a birthday hat. It was just some fuzzy old footage. Then they showed an older man in handcuffs being taken into the courthouse, her father. He'd smothered her. He claimed she was suffering and didn't want to be alive, so he euthanized her. He was just a farmer, he said, not a criminal. His daughter wanted to die. She didn't tell him this. She couldn't communicate, but he just knew it. She had to take morphine, so he gave her all of it. They showed the footage of the girl again. She was thin and opened her mouth a lot. She looked like me. Someone, probably her mother, held a cake in front of her, then blew the candles out for her. The girl just kept opening and closing her mouth. I couldn't tell if she looked happy or sad. I looked over at my dad, and he turned his head away from me quickly and picked up his newspaper. Then he disappeared inside it. Lurleen. There's this Wheeler, Lurleen, who despite her name is a lot more popular than me. Popular kids will sometimes talk to her if no one else is looking. Normal kids will push her if she's lagging behind. I'm late for class every day. I sometimes want someone to push me, but at the same time, I know I'd be offended if they did. I'm independent and I'm not pathetic, but that's different from being a tree or a statue. Pushing a wheeler isn't just helping them, it's saying that despite being the way you are, I recognize you. That what all those spokes are sticking out of is clearly human. People don't realize how much that means. Even though the old man stole me, part of me feels grateful. He hasn't hurt me. He's scared me a lot. It's more attention than I've gotten in a long time. His stories are weird, but like being read to.